I have an exciting 24-hour military ration to review for you today. It's one that I have not had. Well, I've kind of had it, but not from this country. Today, we're going to go to Central Europe and we're going to go to Slovakia with this 2023 Slovakian 24-hour ration, menu number 8. Stick around, I have a feeling this one's going to be really good. What's going on? Germs here, back with another review. Today, we're checking out this 2023 Slovakian 24-hour military ration. This is going to be menu number 8. Breakfast is going to be crunchy granola with milk and coconut. Lunch is chicken massaman with potato. And dinner is going to be chicken meatballs with spicy tomato. This ration was produced in Sweden, actually, and it's going to be produced by OutMeals. That's the company that makes these rations. And then it has a pack date of the 2nd of November 2023, and it's best by the 22nd of February 2026. And this is going to have 3,656 total calories. Before we dig into this ration, we have to look at the powerhouse behind it. Slovakia is a nation of 5.4 million people, with almost 480,000 living in its capital, Bratislava. The city is split by the Danube River, dominated by the iconic UFO bridge. Since the peaceful Velvet Divorce from what is now Czechia in 1993, they've transformed into the Tatra Tiger, the world's leading car producer per capita, putting out over 1 million vehicles every year. But this isn't just about volume, it's about high-end precision. The Bratislava plant is the only factory in the world that produces 5 different brands under one roof. We're talking the Volkswagen Touareg, the Audi Q7 and Q8, and it's the exclusive home of the Porsche Cayenne, including the brand new electric models for 2026. They even produce the bodies for the Bentley Bentayga. If you see a flagship SUV on the road, it was likely born right here. That industrial muscle supports some elite operators. The High Tatras Mountains serve as the grueling training ground for the 5th Special Operations Regiment, known as the Josef Gabčík Regiment, named after the hero who took out the high-ranking Nazi Reinhard Heydrich. These troops use this jagged terrain to master mountain warfare. It's the same cinematic landscape where the 90s classic Dragonheart was filmed at Strechno Castle. Even the food bridges the gap between old and new. The meatballs in this ration pack are a play on the classic Slovak večírka comfort food, paired with a globalized chicken massaman. This 2023 pack is one of the final of their Swedish OutMeals contract before moving to the Spanish company Jamipsa. Probably not the best move. But this is a perfect blend of Nordic engineering and Slovak soul. So let's tear this thing open. Let's see what we got in here. Got a nice zip top bag, so if you want to save anything, you got a bag or trash or collecting water or whatever. Here we have our breakfast. This is going to be our crunchy granola with milk and coconut, made by Blaband, which makes absolutely fantastic food. Here's our lunch. This is actually made by OutMeals. This is the chicken massaman with potatoes, the peak of your day. And here's our dinner. This is the chicken meatballs with spicy tomato. Spicy, I like spicy. 430 grams. These are big, big meals. We've got some beef jerky by Bullseye Meats. We have a Body Lab vanilla protein shake. We have some Vilmas Swedish organic sesame organic crackers, and these feel like they're crushed. And we've got some fruit cubes by Ration Tech. Going to be strawberry, blueberry, apple, papaya, and lychee. We've got a granola fruit mix, and this is also by Ration Tech. Looks like it's going to have raisins and pineapple and papaya and banana chips. We've got some Ration Tech peanut butter oat biscuits. Those sound good. We have an OutMeals cookies and cream energy bar. That sounds really good. I'm a big fan of cookies and cream. We have an Orifo blackcurrant isotonic drink. Orifo, I believe, is a Dutch brand. We have a strawberry iced tonic drink, and this one's made by Ration Tech, which is a South African company, I believe. OutMeals coconut protein bar. We have an Orifo chocolate bar. We have 3 coffee sticks or instant coffees made by OutMeals, and I believe this is the same coffee that was in the Finnish ration that I reviewed not long ago. You get 6 pieces of this zinc sweet mint chewing gum, 3 disinfection wipes, 2 toothpicks. Very nice. You get a whole pack of these Oops Classic Sensitive tissues or bung fluff. I always say it, I love that they give you these nice big packs of bung fluff. Tissues, whatever. You get a nice zip top bag to put your trash in or collect water in or save food in. Actually, there's 3 toothpicks. This is a flameless ration heater, and I was hoping there was actually 2 of these in here. Maybe there's 2 in this bag, not really sure, but you at least get 1. And then one of the better eating utensils I have found, the Swedish, or I guess Slovakian, spork. Not quite as big as the British. Looks the same, but not quite as big. Doesn't cut the corners of your mouth. And that's it. And one thing I wanted to point out, there's all kinds of little motivational sayings on here. No matter which way you have to march, it's always uphill. Never tell the platoon sergeant you have nothing to do. If the enemy is within range, so are you. There's also a ruler on the bag, 30 centimeters. Don't litter the land you're protecting. I mean, if you're in a war, are you really gonna care? You're probably just gonna throw this on the ground. I'm sorry, but it's war. Anyways, I guess if you're a Slovakian soldier and these are motivational to you, let me know in the comments below, I guess. I don't know. I wouldn't really give a crap. All right, well, that's what you get in this 2023 Slovakian 24-hour military ration, menu number 8. I'm going to sort this all out, and I will be back with breakfast. All right, so this is going to be my breakfast. We're going to have, obviously, this crunchy granola with milk and coconut. We're going to have some fruit cubes, because I think they might go well with this. We're going to have a coconut protein bar, the blackberry currant iced tonic drink, and then we're going to have this vanilla whey protein shake. Oh yeah, and obviously we're going to have some coffee. I'm not really much of a breakfast guy. I typically never eat breakfast, and when I do, it's usually eggs, bacon, sausage gravy, biscuits, that kind of thing. I typically wouldn't reach for muesli or granola or oatmeal, but I'm actually kind of digging the muesli and the granola in these foreign rations. It's actually really good. So I'm actually kind of excited about this. So let's slap this down and dig in. Perfect. All right, first things first, let's get this granola ready to go. So this calls for 1.5 deciliters of boiling water, not cold water, boiling water. And the nice thing about this brand is they have little levels inside the pack, so I don't have to measure 1.5 deciliters or 150 mils. So let's get this going. There it is. This has oat granola, milk powder, maltodextrin, and coconut cream. Sounds really good. Smells really good, actually. And there's E right there, so we'll fill that up. Give it a little mix, see if we need to add any more water. And I don't think we're gonna. I actually think there's too much. Seal this up. Give it a little shake. I'm actually going to tear these. So I was told that's what you're supposed to do. And actually, it seems like it works. Sits a lot flatter that way. Set him over here. Let it do its thing. Let's make some coffee. Like I said, we had this in the Finnish ration, I believe. I'm hoping this is good. This is pretty solid in there. Let's see. Yeah, it's perfectly fine. It was just vacuum sealed or something. It's a freeze-dried coffee. I don't know if you can see in there. I'm only going to put about 5 ounces-ish. Set him over there. Let's make our vanilla shake. This says add 250 to 300 mils of ice cold water or milk. That smells pretty good. It kind of smells like the sustagen in an Australian CR1M. That's what that smells like. I'm going to put 300 mils in. Why not? Let's see how this mixes up. Yeah, that's not mixing up very well. All right, so this calls for 250 mils of water, this blackcurrant flavored isotonic drink. That smells really good. I can smell it already. I feel like I've had this drink before and I feel like it was really good. And if you like any of this drinkware, it's available on my merch store. Scan the QR code right there or click the link below. All right, let's get these fruit cubes out. There they are. Ooh, they smell really good. And we'll get this coconut protein bar out. I love coconut. Big fan of coconut. All right, let's check on this. Pretty soupy. Yeah, I added way too much water for my liking. So I'm probably just going to have to eat it right out of the pack, which is the way it's intended to be eaten. I guess before we do anything, let's drink some coffee. Yeah, I seem to remember this was not very good coffee. Yeah, this coffee is just mediocre. It's really not the greatest. But in the circumstances you'd be in, I would not complain. Definitely not complain. All right, let's just go right in. Let's have some of this granola. Ration Kitty's here, acting like he wants some granola. Maybe he would like it. There's milk in this, so maybe he would. It is soupy, but I'm actually kind of digging this. It's kind of crunchy. There's some crunchy granola in there, which is great. It's creamy, milky, sweet, but not too sweet. You can taste the coconut, which I really, really like. Yeah, be a great breakfast. On a really cold day. Try out some of these fruit cubes. I feel like I had something similar in the Croatian. They're like candy. I mean, these are really good. Good flavor. So I'm going to drop a couple in this granola. Don't want to go all out yet. I just want to see how this is. I mean, it can't be bad. Yeah, that's good. That is a good combo because this stuff isn't really that sweet. So adding just a few of these fruit cubes gives it a little more sweetness and a little fruity flavor. I can handle it. I'm just going to put the rest in because it's really good. Be a great energy boost first thing in the morning. And these are kind of tropical flavors. Papaya, I believe mango, and pineapple. Can't really remember everything, but it's tropical, so it goes good with the coconut. All right, I think I'm just going to drink the rest. Very good. That was a great combo. That is very filling as well. Yeah, that coffee ranks at the low tier of coffee in a ration, that's for sure. Let's try out this blackcurrant isotonic drink. And I added a light to my tripod thinking I might get better lighting, but I'm seeing right now that I don't like it. So I turned it off. Yeah, I remember I've had that, and that is one of the better isotonic drinks out of any ration, hands down. That is so flavorful. It is so good. All right, let's try out our vanilla shake. I mean, it really didn't mix up that well. Got some chunkies floating on the top. If I remember right, tastes just the same as the sustagen in the Australian rations. Get about 25 grams of protein in this drink. That's a pretty healthy portion of protein for you. Let's check out this coconut protein bar. That's what it looks like. Smells good. Ooh, I like that texture. The chocolate coating reminds me of like a chocolate dipped ice cream, that coating on the ice cream. That's what it reminds me of. Not picking up a lot of coconut though. Again, it's a protein bar, so it tastes like a protein bar, but not bad. And I'm actually starting to pick up and get the texture of the coconut in here, the actual coconut pieces. I can handle this. Take a swig of the coffee with it. Let's try a swig of this with that bar. That actually works really well. That's a great combination. Last bite of this. Swig of this. That's the way to do it. Bite of the coconut bar, swig of the vanilla shake. That's great. All right, let's check out one of these disinfection wipes. These are super, super wet. Very, very moist. Actually wet. Whew. Yep. Alcohol based for sure. Very strong. Well, that was breakfast. I have to say that was a pretty good breakfast. This granola was great, and it actually was crunchy. I was kind of worried it wasn't going to be crunchy, and it was. That was really good. The biggest disappointment is the coffee. One of the worst ration coffees in any ration, if I'm being honest. It's just not the greatest. The drink, one of the best. This blackcurrant iced tonic drink, one of the best iced tonic drinks in a ration. The vanilla protein shake, that was actually decent for a protein shake. I mean, I would have no complaints. And you get a lot of protein right there in one drink. Coconut bar, pretty good. When paired with that vanilla shake, excellent. And the fruit cubes, those are pretty good. Mixing them with the crunchy granola, that was the way to do it. I'm pretty happy so far, and the lunch sounds really, really good. So I'm excited for lunch. So I'm going to get this all cleaned up, and I'll see you back here for lunch. All right, so we're back with lunch, and for lunch, we're going to have this chicken massaman with potato, and we're going to have these Swedish organic sesame crackers, the peanut butter oat biscuits, some coffee, some gum, and some strawberry isotonic drink mix. So I really wasn't quite sure what the chicken massaman with potato was. I looked at the ingredients, so I kind of have an idea, but I've never had it. And I knew it was a Thai dish, but I had to look it up, and now I'm super, super stoked to try it out. So what I learned is this is a rich, relatively mild Thai curry, and it's known for its distinct fusion of Thai and Indian Malay influences. Unlike many fiery Thai curries, massaman is more fragrant and warm due to the use of the dry spices. And I also learned that it's often cited as one of the world's most delicious foods because of that unique savory sweet spice blend. So the ingredients, I'm not sure you're going to really be able to read that, but there's potato, chicken, massaman curry paste, which is made with lemongrass, shallot, garlic, chili, galangal or Thai ginger, cumin, coriander, mace, cardamom, nutmeg, cinnamon, clove, pepper, and salt, which is some pretty interesting spices, actually, and that sounds really good. There's also green pea, curry powder, mustard powder, and then fenugreek powder, which I had to look up, and I found out that it's a spice made from the ground dried seeds of the methi plant, or meti plant. It could be called meti or fenugreek, I guess, but I guess it has a distinct, slightly bitter and nutty flavor with maple-like aroma. It sounds really, really good. Yeah, this sounds right up my alley. I'm really excited for this dish. So let's slap this down and dig in. Perfect. All right, first things first, we better get this heating up. This is supposed to take about 10 to 15 minutes to heat this up. I'm hoping there's 2 elements in here. There should be. Yes, there's 2. So we're going to use this bag for both meals. So this is going to take 60 mils. You just put this, take this out of the pack, put it in here, 60 mils of water, put the meal in, seal it up. It's got a little vent hole. Good to go. Just going to eyeball this. Probably good enough. Let's get that pad saturated. There we go. Oh, look at that. Yeah, that thing is flaming hot. Holy crap, that thing worked great. I think I fogged up my camera. Very nice. All right, got to be real careful. Just want to make sure that pad is right up against that meal. So we're just gonna let it vent off camera. Make some coffee real quick. This calls for 500 mils of water. And I know you can just mix it inside this bag, but I really don't want to do that because I usually end up getting it all over the place. So we're doing it this way. That's just the way I'm going to do it. Probably going to be a little under 500 because this is not quite a pint glass. Yep, just under. No big deal. All right, let's check out these things, see what they're all about. Oh, they're nothing but crumbs. Yeah, nothing but crumbs. Let's get our peanut butter oat biscuits out. I think these are going to be really good. I'm going to try one of these. These kind of remind me of wheat thins just looking at them, except wheat thins don't really have the sesame seeds in them. They don't smell the greatest. And they're stale. They're not that great. They don't taste stale, the texture is stale. They're kind of a little mushy. I like the sesame seeds. I don't know. Maybe they'll go good with this main. I don't know. And these flameless ration heaters, they smell like fish. Not the greatest smelling, that's for sure. Let's try one of these oat biscuits. Peanut butter oat biscuit. Not a whole lot of peanut butter flavor, but just enough. They're sweet, nice and buttery. I like them. They're pretty good. I think they'd be better with tea, I think, but I'm going to try them with some coffee. That actually goes pretty well. That coffee's not the greatest. I already said that. But it actually does kind of pair well with that peanut butter flavor, the sweetness. It actually works. Let's check out our strawberry isotonic drink. More sugary than strawberry. Not a whole lot of strawberry flavor there. I'm enjoying these. These are really good, actually. Last bite of this. Last swig of this. Let's get this out. It's been a good, probably 12 minutes. All right, I'm excited for this. Let's get this out. Oh, I can smell that already. It smells delicious. Oh yeah, you can smell the curry, you can smell the cinnamon, the nutmeg, the cardamom. That, yeah, this is gonna be great. Yep, this is right up my alley. And there's a lot here. 400 grams. The potatoes are bigger than I was expecting. I was kind of thinking they'd be tiny little potatoes. I did see, here's some green peas. There's not many in there. All right, I'm excited. Need to go in for a bite of this. The ration heater did a decent job. It's steaming, so it's hot enough. That is incredible. It is so good. This is amazing. This is probably one of the better. And it's hard for me to even say anymore. I've had so many rations now, it's hard for me to say, but this is going to be one of my favorite dishes of all time. Right here. This one right here. These flavors are so complex. There's so much depth. There's sweet, there's sour, there's spicy, there's creamy. There's just so much going on in here. It's just so tangy. And then you get a little bit of spice. It's just enough. I like spicy stuff, and I would be fine with it being spicier, but it's just, it kind of goes with the theme. It's just, you get just enough of everything in this dish. I just love the sweet, the salty, savory, tangy. It's so balanced and just so complex. And there's actually beans, white beans in here. And the chicken is very tender. It's very, very good. And I have an idea for those sesame crackers. There's going to be a lot of mop up to do. I think those will do a good job of it. So I just saw a report that came out about US MREs and how absolutely horrible they are. How much heavy metals and pesticides and hormones and all kinds of crap that are in US MREs. They're saying they're just unfit to be eaten by anybody. They're so bad. Why can't we do something like this? I mean, you look at the ingredients, you can read everything. US MREs, they're the worst. They are the worst MREs that I've tasted. The hands down. They are nothing compared to these European rations. There's no reason why we can't do something like this. This is outstanding. Truly outstanding. My only complaint is I want more, and I'm stuffed. All right, now is the mop up. And maybe that's what these were for. Maybe they're supposed to be crushed. I'm pretty sure I read there's coconut milk in this too. I think I forgot to mention that. Let's see how this is. Not the greatest, but at least it lets me get the rest of that sauce. All right, last bite. I'm full. That was outstanding. By far, one of my favorite meals of all time. Need a drink? I'm just disappointed because this is what our soldiers and here in the US should be getting. Stuff like this. All right, let's try out this gum real quick. Got some chicken in my teeth. Get 2 pieces. Sweet mint. Very intense sweet mint flavor. Not the kind of chew that I like. It's more like a chiclet chew and not the spongy, bouncy chew that I like. But it's going to get the crud out of your teeth. That's what it's for. All right, well, that was lunch, and you know how I felt about it. I loved it. That was outstanding. Spectacular. Hands down, one of my favorite meals so far. Well, I'm going to get this all cleaned up, and I'll see you back here for dinner. All right, so let's wrap up this Slovakian 24-hour combat ration with dinner. We're going to have this Blaband chicken meatballs with spicy tomato. We're going to have this beef jerky. We're going to have this granola mix. We're going to have this cookies and cream bar, a chocolate bar, and I didn't save a drink for this for dinner. I think I messed up and had one of the drinks for breakfast. I should have just saved one of the drinks. So real quick, I just want to mention that in the beginning I said that this dish was kind of a play on fashirki, which I found was the traditional Slovak meatball dish. But when I unpacked this, I noticed that the picture and all the ingredients, it didn't match up with fashirki. So fashirki doesn't have tomato sauce or pasta. The meatballs in that are flattened, breaded, and fried crispy. So this is much different, but I think it's just more of a nod to that traditional Slovak meal versus the lunch meal, which was more of an international, more unique dish. So the ingredients in this, and you're probably not going to be able to read any of that, but it's pasta. I think it's either rotini or fusilli, tomatoes, tomato sauce, chicken meatballs, jalapeno, garlic, onion, basil, and paprika. So sounds very, very good. I'll tell you what, lunch is going to be hard to top, but this meal actually does sound really good. So we'll see how it compares. I have a feeling it's going to be good, but it's not going to top lunch. My other issue is I'm stuffed. This is a lot of food for me for one day, but I'm going to do my best because it does sound really good. So let's slap this down and dig in. Perfect. All right, first things first, let's get this main heating up in this ration heater. And I really don't like this design. I mean, you got to carry this around with you, this bag, and it's stinky, smells like fish. I don't know. I don't necessarily like the fact they only give you one bag. I will say the heater does work really well. Here she goes. Oh yeah. Ooh. Yeah, she's hot. That heater element just swells up like a big ball. All right, set him off to the side. All right, just made a mess. All right, let's get this jerky out. Don't need that. See what this granola fruit mix snack is. Looks like the same fruit snacks from breakfast with some granola. Actually, looks pretty good. Let's get this cookies and cream energy bar out. I think I've had that before. And if I remember right, it's not the greatest. It's okay. And this chocolate, I believe I've had a few times. And I believe I just had it in the... No, that was Jamipsa, not Orifo. But it looks very similar. And speaking of Jamipsa, I'd be interested to hear from Slovakian soldiers. So if there are any that are watching this, please comment below if you had the new Jamipsa rations and you've had these older OutMeal rations. And let me know which you think is better. I have a feeling I know what the answer is going to be. I think these are superior. And I would imagine that you're probably not happy about the move to Jamipsa. All right, let's check out this beef jerky. Very, very thin beef jerky. It doesn't smell very good. Kind of looks like boot leather too. It's actually not that bad. It's more tender than I thought it was going to be. Well, as tender as it can get. I was just thinking it was going to be way harder to eat. It has pretty good flavor. There's no barbecue flavor or anything. It's just straight up jerky. It's actually pretty decent. Well, that piece, a lot more tender. Yeah, I'd be happy with this. Nice little snack. Not bad. Let's try out this granola mix. Banana, pineapple, papaya, mango, raisins, granola. Yeah, these are the same fruit snacks. And I dig them. They're really good. They're sweet, but mixed with This granola works well. And I'm going to take a bite of this with it. That's the way to do it. That's a great combo. It really is. All right, let's get this out. I really like blah band stuff, and I'm probably not saying that anywhere near the right way, but I'm sure I'll get corrected in the comments, and that's good. I'm pretty sure I did once before, but I can't remember. Ooh, look at that. Yeah, that smells pretty good. It smells like a marinara sauce. Meatballs and marinara. Yeah, it looks pretty basic. That ration heater did a pretty good job. Let's I don't know, it looks pretty steamy, pretty hot. All right. There we go. Smells really good. You know, I can see where this would be kind of a taste of home for a Slovak soldier. This is more probably a typical meal that you'd have in that part of the world. And the lunch would be something a little bit more different. But the lunch is far superior to this meal. Now, don't get me wrong, this is pretty good. This is actually really good, but it's just not as unique and not as many complex flavors. But it is good. I mean, this is like far superior to like the US meatballs and marinara. Far superior. Very, very good flavor. The meatballs are a little tough. Well, I wouldn't say tough, but they're not super tender. They have good flavor though. Everything in here's got great flavor. You can definitely taste the garlic and onion. The basil stands right out. The ingredients did say jalapeno in this, and I'm not really picking that up. I don't know. Maybe there is a little heat as I eat this more. We'll see. But so far, I'm not really picking up jalapeno. This tomato sauce is really good. It tastes almost homemade. Not quite, but almost. And now I'm starting to get a little bit of spice kick in this. I guess there probably was jalapenos in there. Again, this is 430 grams. Lunch was 400. It's a lot of food. Yeah, the more I eat, the more spice kick I'm getting. I really like that. That's really good. Yeah, I'm really happy with this. It's almost got a creaminess to it too. Last bite of this. Again, fantastic. For a military ration, that was fantastic. All right, let's try out this cookies and cream bar. Yeah, if I remember right, these aren't like Oreo cookies. They're not that good. I'm digging the texture. I like the puffed rice. Got a good chewy, crunchy texture. The flavor's just kind of blah. It's not bad, but it's not cookies and cream like Oreos. One thing I will say that I do like about this, there's some salt in it. So you do get a little bit of sweet and salty. So I'll give it that. I'd be happy if I were a soldier though. This would be great. Yeah, I'm really digging the sweet and the salty with this bar. And I think I've had one of these before, but I don't remember it being sweet and salty. All right, so I'm going to give that chocolate to Mrs. Germs, and I'm not going to finish that. I am so full. I am absolutely stuffed. That's a lot of food right there. So there you have it. That was the 2023 Slovakian 24-hour combat ration menu number 8. Top tier, absolute top tier ration. This is in the top of the top tier, hands down. I really don't think I need to recap these meals. I think I've said all that needs to be said. These are just fantastic. They really were fantastic. I have to say I am a little sad right now, having just read that article on USMREs and how they're basically unfit for human consumption. They have so much crap in them. I'm a little sad. I'll be posting a link to that article down in the description below. We could be doing better, United States. we could be feeding our soldiers stuff like this. I really don't understand. We could easily make our food better. There's no excuse for it. We need to do better. But this ration, top tier, very happy with it. I have no complaints. Other than the coffee. I will say that. Coffee sucks. So if you stuck with me through this Slovakian ration journey, I really appreciate it. I appreciate you being here and I appreciate you watching. I say it every single time, but how great is it that I get to taste food from all over the world and you get to come along with me for the ride. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. And don't forget I have a merch store. Make sure you scan that QR code there, click the links below, however you want to get there. Check it out. I got all kinds of cool merch. And I also have a Patreon page where my exclusive members get access to exclusive videos that I do not post on YouTube. Make sure you scan that QR code or click the link below and check it out. And speaking of Patreon, I want to say a gigantic, massive thank you to all my Patreon members. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. It really means a lot that you chose to become a member, and I really hope you're enjoying the exclusive content that you're getting. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. So again, I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll be back soon with another review. Later. I got a good one for you today. It's one that I have not had yet. I have a pretty exciting 24-hour ration for you today. I have a pretty exciting, oh my God. Why is it so fucking hard to talk? Putting out over 1 million vehicles. Slovakia is a nation of 5.5. My God, why? Why is this so fucking hard? Fashirki. Okay, let's do it again. Fashirka. 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 Are a play on the classic Slovak. Oh my God, these foreign words I can't fucking say. Oh, hello, are you here to help? Are you here to help? Better stretch it. Better get ready for your big appearance. Kittens don't like granola. There's nothing here that you will like. There's not a thing there that you're gonna like. There's not a thing. Not a thing. You'll have to come back at lunch and dinner and you'll get something. All right? Now get. Whoa. That was dumb. That was really stupid. That was really dumb. God. Everybody loves you, you know. I think they only watch my channel for you. Yeah, it's just for you. They love you. Everyone does. All right, I don't think you should have any of that tomato sauce. I don't think you should. All right, go on, get.